Welcome to the Reef Renewal USA Coral Nursery Briefing and Orientation. We are excited to have passionate divers volunteer with us. In this video, you will learn about the basic skills needed to dive in our coral nurseries. As you begin to depart for the coral nursery, it's important to familiarize yourself with the dive boat when you are diving. Make sure to listen to the captain's boat briefing about safety procedures and equipment on the boat. Diving in a coral nursery is an exciting experience. While in the nursery, it's very important to maintain proper buoyancy throughout your dives. Although there are a lot of structures around you, those structures aren't there to act as buoyancy support. Refrain from holding or leaning on to the coral trees or ropes if you are struggling to control your trim and buoyancy. In addition, having situational awareness of everything around you is extremely important. Knowing what is going on around you and being aware of where other divers are will increase our safety and efficiency of the tasks at hand. The coral nurseries need to be maintained in order to continue growing happy and healthy corals. Most importantly, we need to clean our coral trees and vertical ropes, or verns. You will see a lot of vertical rope nurseries growing staghorn and elkhorn coral. Use a grout brush to clean the rope in between where each coral is growing. Clean as close to the coral as you can, removing all the algae from the rope. You can hold onto the spaces of rope in between the corals while you're cleaning, and it's okay to hold the corals as you're cleaning around them. Make sure to remove all the sea squirts, bivalves, and other encrusting critters from the ropes with your cutters. Remember to be conscious of the tools you're using when removing the different forms of biofouling. This is a coral tree. The corals are hung from the tree's branches with monofilament line that is wrapped around the coral and crimped tight. Each coral's monofilament line gets stuff growing on it, which can inhibit the growth of the coral fragment. To clean the monofilament with a grout brush, hold the coral with one hand, and then use the brush to go up and down the line until you get all the algae off. You may need to twist the coral back and forth to clean all sides of the monofilament. It is also very important to clean where the line meets the coral at the crimp. You want to get all of the algae and encrusting things out of that area. Fire coral settles all over the tree's branching arms and trunk on a regular basis. When it first settles, it looks like a patch of rust on the white PVC or fiberglass. Rub the edge of the chisel back and forth across that little piece of fire coral until it's all off and the branch feels smooth. With the branches, simply rub the dish brush back and forth across the top of the rod. Then run the brush around the sides of the rod, and don't forget to clean the bottom of the rod either. If it's a new tree, all the algal growth comes off pretty quickly. But be thorough, making sure to clean as much surface area of the branch as possible. When you are ready to clean the trunk, use the same dish brush you used to clean the branches. Brush the algal growth off of the trunk, moving the brush up and down and all around. Another regular cleaning function on coral trees is to remove the encrusting critters like bivalves, barnacles, and sponges. To remove bivalves, we use the diagonal cutters. You'll need to carefully look up and down every branch for those bivalves, or anything that looks like a clam. When you find one, just clip it off with your cutters until it completely comes off. If you wear gloves when cleaning, that's great, but we don't recommend trying to remove the bivalves with your hands because these things can be sharper than you think and can cut right through most gloves. The sponges and algae can be cleaned off with a dish brush by running the brush up and down the branch until the branch is clean. Don't use the brush to clean branches that have a lot of barnacles or bivalves or fire coral on it because it won't do a good job and it will ruin the brush. First remove the fire coral, barnacles, and bivalves. Then use the brush to remove the sponges and algae. We hope you enjoy your experience diving in a coral nursery and volunteering with Reef Renewal USA. Your help makes it possible for us to actively restore the reefs of the Florida Keys.